Hey guys, Kariba Bros here. We've got a Monarch deck profile. We've got to milk this content as much as possible, so we'll have another list for this post Lightning Vortex when we get the new card.
Whenever it is I get the new card, I'm not too sure.
Is it not Lightning Vortex now?
I'm not too sure. It's just that pendulum card, isn't it, that does something.
Yeah.
I've not really read into it too much, but this is just kind of like an interesting concept on Monarch. I guess like trying to put interest in the Monarch in the same sentence is really difficult. But like it's a little bit different, but we'll go for it.
It's a somewhat unique list, which is sort of makes it interesting.
Sort of makes it interesting. It doesn't make it any better at all. It's just a different way to play it, I guess. But we'll get straight into it. So, as we do, no extra deck, just side deck. So it is a domain list, so we'll just get straight into it. So, playing there 3 Ether and 3 Erebus as the big Monarchs. They're just staple to the deck. This lets you tribute summon on your opponent's turn. This lets you shuffle a card back from the hand or field or graveyard. Very useful. Yeah, they're also access to Pantheism in the grave. If anyone knows how to play Monarchs, they'll know why these cards are good. But for the people out there that don't know how to play Monarchs, this is a fairly budget deck. I'd say fairly budget.
I think you can buy the structure decks for about £15 each online, so very budget.
Yeah, you could also just buy like.
I think singles are like even Pantheism is like maybe a £2 single.
You know, we like budget decks on this channel, don't we? You know, not about the meta or not. Like,
no, not at all. No.
Again, these are really stable. These help you get your core cards like Pantheism into the grave, which we'll get onto later. So we're playing 6 big ones. Then we are playing 2 Karaz. I might get a bit of a shade in the comments for playing 2 Karaz, but I've always played it with 2 Karaz and I've always felt it was decent. Because sometimes there's like, when you want to go first and resolve Ether, that lets you, when you resolve this and you can special summon a Monarch from your deck, you can special summon this and then pop 2. And then you can draw 2 as well, so it kind of just helps you with advantage. You never really use it for popping your opponent's stuff because you don't want to give them any cards. But yeah, it's just nice to have at 2, I think. So that does that for the other small Monarch, and then the best Monarch that isn't a Monarch is Vanity's Fiend. It's just like a win button. You set this up, it's like really good. Most decks can't out it. Yeah, pretty boring card, but very good card in the sense.
No, as you say, you do see rogue decks just maining that, especially when they have like a lot of dark synergy.
You've played it over the years, and that's been really good. So, and then we are playing 2 Mithra, and that's it for the monsters. And you must be wondering where Idea and Idos are. We've taken them out for this build because we feel that although Imperm and Veiler are not really prevalent in the format too much, but they'll always be about in some decks. You know, one deck will play them cards. This deck really loses to that. Like if you normal summon an Idea, activate the effect of summon Idos from the deck, and they get in like any sort of effect negation, you just pass because you literally can't play a Monarch that turn, which is all in all the idea of this deck is to activate Domain, summon a Monarch, pass. So playing cards like this, the only out to this is Gamma. Again, it's a very highly played card, but you're giving yourself more opportunity to not fall into 3 interruptions rather than 1. So it's a lot better. Plus, it still gives you the extra additional tribute if you tribute it off. So we're just playing 2 Mithra. You could play 3. I probably would play 3, but we're trying it at 2. It seems to be working. Okay, so the reason we're playing this list is Dragonoid Generator. So what it reads is you can pay 1,000 life points during your main phase and summon a token to your side of the field. I'm pretty sure it has like 300 attack, 300 defense, and you have to summon it in attack position. It's a continuous spell, and it doesn't stop you. I think it stops you from special summoning. That's about it. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, which is great because we don't play an extra deck. So it gives us a free body on the field to just tribute off for a Monarch, and especially with Domain as well, we can just lower the level of a Monarch. And then in the end phase, regardless if this card is still on the field or not, your opponent gets a token in attack position as well. So what's nice about that is it sets up Ether even better. So Ether will always be live, regardless if they've got a monster on the field or not. You can still Ether in their turn and tribute Sun. Parry that up with Monarch Stormforth. Very good. So it's a nice card that stops us losing to like interruption. So like the only way this loses to interruption is back row removal, but you know, are you really going to waste the back row removal on this? I don't know, but it's just a different way to play the deck. So that like helps us out. Then the main card of this deck 3 Pantheism, brilliant. Glad it's back at 3. Gives this deck far much more consistency. 3 Stormforth, you need to play this. It's interruption on your opponent's turn, helps you get over big monsters. It's brilliant. It tributes, again, for the people who don't know, like, this draws 2 by discarding a Monarch card and searches by banishing any Monarch spell and trap. You have to reveal them and your opponent picks one. And then this is non-targeting removal. So you activate it and then you can treat your opponent's monsters as tributes for your monsters. That's pretty much it, and it's quick play. Tenacity, reveal a Monarch and search a Monarch spell trap. Specifically a Monarch with 2/4 or 2/8 and 1k defense. So 2/8 or 2/4 attack and 1k defense. So you can't reveal Vanity's Fiend off this because it has 1200 defense. Again, a very stable card for this deck. Domain, the literal reason we are playing this deck is we can summon a Monarch, activate this, and when this is on the field while you control a monster with 2/4, 2/8 and 1k attack, 1k defense, your opponent can't use the extra. Simple as that. And it gives you your Monarchs a boost when you battle. Sorry, when you attack, not when you battle. Very good card. And we've cut return to 2. You could play 3. It's just a nice card to have. It helps you chain block against some stuff, I guess. But realistically, the only reason you're playing it is for advantage. The fact that it's a Monarch spell and trap, and you can search any Monarch whenever you tribute someone. And again, it is a continuous spell. Then we're playing some consistency cards in Full Spiral of Goods. You can send any Monarch spell and trap you want. Obviously, we're not going to be able to return cards to the hand because we do not play Eidos. But it sets up Pantheism and it sets up Prime, which are the only 2 cards you really need to get anyway. We're playing 1 day apiece to draw a card. Regardless if your opponent draws a card, like, there's not much they're going to be able to do if they can't play the game. So we don't really care by giving them a card. And the nice line of text is that neither player takes battle damage until the end of the next turn, or your opponent's next turn. So even if you activate this and you still haven't got to play, you can just pass and hope to draw it again next turn and play from there, because they're not going to be able to kill you. Upstart and Foolish. Foolish is nice. It sends Erebus to the grave, so you can add them back by discarding spell traps. If you open Pantheism with no discard for Pantheism, you can just send it to the grave, add the Erebus, and then search off Pantheism. So it's nice in that respect. Moving on to the traps, we play 5. Cut this down to 2. It's, you know, it's like the logic. If you don't want to play 3, but you don't want to play 1, so you play 2. The fact that it's searchable really helps as well, but it's just nice. Sometimes it's nice to just draw into and then be able to use your search on something else. And then Prime is probably the best card to pair with Pantheism, because you get a special back from the graveyard by banishing a Monarch spell and trap. So that's another way to get monsters on the field for your tribute summons. That's a 40 card list, as we say, pretty budget, and it's a good way to kind of learn the game, in the sense that you do things and it's resource management, but like it's so uninteractive it hurts. So I wouldn't advise this being your first deck if you wanted to learn how to play the game properly. It's just a very good deck to get some wins on the board, I guess, and it's cheap. Moving to the side deck, we are playing another searchable Monarch in the fact that we are playing Majesty's Fiend. It stops monster effects from both sides of the field. It's very, very good, and it is searchable because it's 2/4 1k. Nibiru, so we're trying to play in the side deck, we're trying to play really high impact cards, so we feel that Nibiru is really good against the combo match. If you open this, you not only give them Nibiru, not only do you give them a token, you give you a Nibiru, so you can follow it up next turn with a tribute summon of a Monarch and Stormforth. It kind of helps out. The fact that it's a beater as well is relevant. I guess they're the only 5 monsters playing the side deck. We're playing Dark Ruler No More. Again, it's very good in the combo matchup, where we get to go second. We can just literally go activate this Stormforth, summon an Erebus, shuffle a card. I've got rid of 2 cards, beat over the last one. All this off 1 card that lets us play, and then if you can top that off with the Domain, it's going to be very difficult to get back into the game once you've broke the board. Some background removal, Twisters and Harpy's Feather Dust there. Twisters is not too bad in this deck. There are some nice little discard outlets for Twisters. Prime, Erebus, Pantheism. You know, there are some really good discards for Twister, so it's not too bad. And then for the last couple. Oh, sorry, not the traps. We'll go last spell. March of the Monarchs. It stops you. It stops tribute summon monsters from being targeted. So what's nice about it is we can stop Majesty's Fiend from being targeted. We can stop this one. We can stop Vanity's Fiend from being targeted as well. So these are two really high impact cards that will steal you just game. So if you can pair it up with this, so if you can somehow draw into one of these, or search this one, sorry. You can Tenacity for this, you can Pantheism for this. They give you it, you go slam slam, you're probably just going to win that game. So it's a nice card to have. And then for the last one, I'm playing 3 evenly. Again, it's high impact. And it is just update out of the board as well. So again, really good card. And that's 15 cards in the side deck. So all in all, I'd say the most expensive card in the side deck is probably in the whole deck is in the side deck, which is evenly, which are like £20 a card. There are other alternatives. You could just play Kaijus, you could play more back row removal, you could play Prankatops. There's so many different variations of cards you can play in this. Like, you could play Jinzo if you really wanted to, tribute some of the Jinzo against the back row deck. It's pretty good as well. So yeah, that is our Monarch list. I hope you enjoyed. It is one really budget deck and quite fun to play.